Hey guys, today's a day. Shook One anxiety playing tricks on me comes out everywhere. And luckily, this show is sponsored by Audible and they love you guys. I didn't want to release this episode until I had at least listened to the first chapter of the book, but I'm already halfway done with chapter 3. Go to Audible where they already have over 180,000 books you can listen to, and you can listen to Shook One along with me today for free. www.audibletrial.com/shitI'm30. Get your free book and your free trial. If you love this podcast, trust me, you will love Audible and you're going to love Charlamagne's book. Also, I'll be in New York City October 31st through the 2nd. If there are any podcasters that want to record, shoot me a DM or an email at shitI'm30podcast@gmail.com. We'll schedule some time ASAP. I don't know if I'm ready for the damn cold. I don't have any clothes to take with me. So, hey, Carla and Dexty, just know I'll probably be trying to raid your closets for something warm. This week's episode, I'm sitting with Mandii from Whoreible Decisions. And you know, when her and I get together, there's never a dull moment. So let's get to the show.
I don't know how we're going. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how we're going.
We'll figure it out. I'm starting. Welcome back to another episode of Shit I'm 30 with me, your host, Carla Ramirez. And today the friend on the podcast is Mandii B.
Oh, I thought I was going to have to say it, but I was going to wait. Hey, guys. It's Mandii B from Whoreible Decisions.
She's back to talk a little shit with me and with us. This episode, we're going to do it all shit you should know. So we're going to talk about anything. I have my first one that I wanted to do, but we're going to go into maybe a little bit of celebrities, pop culture.
Love it. I never really get to talk about current events, so I'm excited to finally just be able to talk about, things that are going on currently that, I think y'all would find interesting, and it'll get a good little topic.
Yeah, that's going to be good because we'll be posting it on time, so I don't have to worry about things being late.
Okay, cool.
So the first one I wanted to bring up was the fact that last week when I was in with James Smith, the criminal attorney, I spoke about 11 bodies of babies and infants that were found in boxes at a funeral home in Detroit. And this week I get a notification from, I think it was CNN, saying that another 63 bodies were found at another funeral home, fetuses and babies. So at first I'm like, is it the same place? But it wasn't the same place. It was a whole different place. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Were they having illegal abortions there?
That's my first thought. I said they're having illegal abortions at a funeral. But no. So when moms have stillborns at the hospital, when babies die at the hospital,
they still go to the morgue?
So they send them to the funeral home. They go to the hospital and
Right.
send them to a funeral home to dispose of the body. Because the funeral homes are the ones that dispose of the body. They either bury them
or burn them, cremate them.
Or cremate them. Well, for some reason, they weren't doing it. It seems it's like to save money.
Dog, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Shut up.
So to me, I'm like, it all came to light because one of the moms had a stillborn baby and the mom wanted the body to go to the hospital, to a university school so they can figure out what happened with the stillborn and how it all works out. Well, for years, she didn't know that her baby wasn't buried. They had it that it was in a cemetery, and it wasn't. She didn't know where her baby was for years, and it happened to just be sitting in a box somewhere.
Shut up.
Yes, so...
Yeah, when you were talking about this, I was pretty grossed out, but then he brought up the regulatory system as it pertains
they don't
to
have it.
funeral homes, and it makes a lot of sense.
And
what's crazy is, and when you brought up Phaedra from Real Housewives, she mentioned how it's a multi-million-dollar business or
I remember that
billion-dollar
episode to
business.
this day.
Absolutely, when she wanted to get into mortuary, and I was just like, oh, I didn't think about that. But yeah, it's a huge business, and they charge a ton for
so much.
Do you call them coffins?
I think they're coffins. Yeah,
Coffins,
caskets.
caskets.
I think it's the same.
Are
thing.
they the same thing?
I think it's tomato. Maybe.
Okay. But even the price when you brought that up, there's a lot of money in funerals. The cost of a funeral is $15,000 plus.
Which is why some people should have just burial insurance.
Yeah,
you don't have to
for
have
sure.
necessarily life insurance, but at least cover your costs.
Cover your burial because it becomes a burden on other people for sure.
So this just makes me think, we need to just be careful. And if it's all coming to light now, I think it's going to be a ripple effect where they're going to start checking more funeral homes, and I feel like more bodies are going to be found.
It's just gross.
Yeah, and it seems to
I
be
don't
good.
I don't like to say bodies out of like reference to bodies you fuck. Like to say bodies, I'm thinking of dead bodies, decomposed bodies, blood, and I'm like,
Right.
I'm
It's
grossed
like, how many
out.
bodies do you
Bleh.
have?
Yeah, how many bodies? Like how many niggas you fuck?
Yeah, it's so scary. So
Yeah,
it
it
seems
is.
like a lot of them are coming from hospitals and unclaimed babies. And
Right.
They don't have it, or people can't afford it, and they just send it through.
Right.
But still, it's just inhumane. And I thought it was
What cities
disgusting.
was this?
Detroit.
Okay, I know that was the one brought up. This new one was also in Detroit.
Yes, Detroit as well.
Oh wow!
Both same city. So it's like, is it a city thing? Is it a nationwide thing? I have no idea.
That's very interesting.
Right. So another shit you should know we want to talk about was a father. Tell me the story, because you're the one that brought it up to me.
Okay. So I'll bring it up, and I don't know if you guys have seen, but basically there's been a father recently who went to the school to have the talk with the bully that was bullying his son.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going, to the parents or going to confront this child, he actually went as an adult and tried to figure out what was causing him to be this way. And it just so happened that this little child actually, he's not a little child, I don't want to say that, possibly middle school, so about the 12-year-old range, was actually homeless. His parents had just, lost their space where they were staying, and so he was homeless. So of course,
did he go to find out why, or did he go to like check the kid?
No, he actually wanted to know why this kid was acting this way.
Okay.
And in turn of finding out, he found out that he was homeless and he was going through things as a child. And I don't think we put that much emphasis on what a child is going through at home
Ever.
as to why they are acting out the way they are in school. I remember being in school and certain kids being bullied, or the kids that were doing the bullying. There was something wrong. Something wasn't right. And no one really talks to them that way. Instead, they just get punished, and they get punished and they get put into a system. So this father actually went to the school, talked to the bully, and found out his situation and took him clothes shopping.
And that is amazing, because when I saw it, Ayana actually did have a bully. I talked about it before. It ended up being one of her friends, but
Wait, one of her friends?
it ended up being a friend later on. So Ayana had braces when she was younger.
Yes.
And this girl's a year older, and she would make fun of her. It's like, oh, those are fake braces. Or
What are fake braces?
I don't know. She's like, you're right.
Children are crazy.
Yeah, they'll find anything to say.
They will.
So I showed up to the school, to the line, the car riding line.
To fight nobody?
I was gonna fight the third grader. And I think they were second. She was second
You were
grader
not
this
gonna
time.
fight the second
I
grader.
was gonna be like, you're gonna leave my baby alone. So I show up to the school and be like, what's up? Like, what's the problem? When I get there, the little girl like kind of drops it. They become friends afterwards. I was ready. But come to find out, there were things going on at home, and they were different. And then I think she also just liked Ayana and wanted to hang out with Ayana.
Oh, I thought. Like,
No,
okay.
no, man.
Okay, what? I didn't.
Well,
you never
actually,
know.
you know what?
She might like her,
Actually,
bro. Okay, we're not gonna
talk about that.
We're not gonna talk.
But yes, kids are going through certain things that we never know what it is. And I have talks with Ayana all the time. When someone's treating you badly, ask them why. Because we were talking about cussing. You know how the Amber Rose thing came out that having the
That
kids
she allows
cuss?
Sebastian to curse.
So we had this conversation. I think I did a recording with her about it, but the audio, I didn't like it, so I'm not going to release it. But I asked her about it, and she's like, at first she goes, I think it's fine. And I said, well, why? She goes, well, if someone's bothering you, I just feel like you can express yourself that way better. And my thing was, wait a minute, but if you at a young age don't know how to use your vocabulary words correctly to express yourself, you're dooming your own kid.
Well, so that's what she said. She said it was a creative thing as to why she was allowing him.
Creative is using different words. Using fuck, shit, damn, motherfucker is not creative.
Fuck, shit, damn, motherfucker, bitch, hold that pussy.
Right.
Yeah, no.
We can get creative putting them together.
No, I agree. But I will say, like, she did say that there's a time and a place to use them. So I think that that's important to teach your children. Like with me at my job, I'm not just fuck this shit, fuck that. Like,
yeah, but why not wait until later on? He's 5, bro.
Yeah, he is young. He is young.
Like at 13, Ayana, she has no need to curse.
Yeah. No,
and I'm sure
right.
they do. Some of the kids do at school, but they're not going to do it in front of me. And she's like, "Oh, all kids want to curse." Yes, because it's something that's prohibited.
So what happened with the bully that changed? What, like?
I told
while
Ayana
they're
to start
friends?
being nice to her. Be nice to her. Maybe she wants to just be your friend. And Ayana's like, okay, well, it's like combat the negativity with positivity.
That's
And
hard.
It's so
That's so hard.
hard.
It's so hard.
But I've
It's so
mastered
hard.
it so good.
Oh my God, to sit here,
Especially at work in the corporate world, there's always somebody in those offices and working in corporate that has such a nasty attitude. Or they walk around like they shit don't stink.
Yep.
Or they always have attitude with you. Those are the ones that I like to befriend.
Really?
Yes. And they end up being my friends, and I love it. Not friends, but like I can always get whatever I want out of them, because usually the ones that have like.
I feel like it's phony though. I feel like it's not genuine.
To me, it's from them or from me.
From both parties. Like, I don't like being fake, and I'm not gonna kiss ass. So like, to me,
no. It's not so much kissing ass. I always like to have a comedic thing to me.
Okay.
So I'm always being goofy. So I'm hoping that with my goofy side, they'll let their guard down. And it usually helps. So when they're walking around with an attitude, if you have an attitude back to them, their attitude gets even worse.
Oh,
if
1000%.
they're having attitude and I say something funny or something goofy, and they'll start letting their guard down.
No, you're right.
And then they start being nicer to you. So it's not like I'm trying to be nice to you to be fake. It's just, let me find out why. And then later you find out they're going through a divorce.
You're right.
Or their kids, it's an alcoholic, or they're dealing with money issues or whatever it is, and that's why they have certain attitudes. So, or maybe they wanted a job there, and now you have their position. You don't know what the background is. So I tell her the same thing with the kids. So that dad that went and found out that they were homeless, a lot of these children are going through so much at home.
They're going through a ton.
Their parents are going through crazy money problems. Maybe they're in drug problems. And these kids have to go home and take care of their brother and sister while their mom works 2 shifts. While the dad's in jail or something like that.
And that's the thing. And it's not only the bullies. Like, I know, like, even when I was growing up, I was in so many clubs. I was on all the sports teams. Me too. I did the after school program. I honestly kept myself busy because, I did grow up in a single parent household. There wasn't much for me to get into after. And there was issues between my mom and my dad growing up. So sometimes being at school was better. Yeah. Sometimes, if we ain't get the food stamp re-up, I could eat at school at least. Like, and so even when someone is being super active, there's still a lot of things that we deal with as children. And with us talking about mental health now, I still don't even feel like it's trickled down into the mental health at those ages, which I think is even more important, because we're in therapy now as adults and we're being asked about our childhood. A lot of it starts from childhood, and I think that there's still not enough
I don't see why there's
attention.
Not. Do they have guidance counselors? There should be mental health
guidance counselors were so trash in school. Like, bullshit. I don't feel like they did much.
They guidance you to go into class, like
pretty much.
That's the guidance you get.
Pretty much. And I remember I was always in them, but there was something that my school started when I was in elementary school. Actually, my middle school had it as well, called peer mediation.
Yes, I remember that.
So you had peer mediators. So they were your age. And if you had a problem with someone before it escalated to, maybe a guidance counselor, before it escalated to the principal or you being in trouble, you would have a peer mediation session. And so it actually helped, people your own age to help you get through what was going on.
Yeah, but nowadays in the age of social media, which I keep bringing up, which is so hard, I feel like every school should have a mental health counselor, and kids should have to see them at least once every 2 weeks.
Oh, that's a lot.
Once every 2 weeks.
But look at the size of schools and the budgets. Like, people, they
can budget for everything else. We have money for Trump and Melania to be flying around here every 2 goddamn seconds.
You would need probably 20 to 30 counselors per school.
No. We're talking about a 30 minute session.
That's a lot.
They're in school for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And we're talking about once every 2 weeks?
Maybe.
It might work.
Maybe. I just know that, like, even the schools that I went to, like my high school that I went to, I think 1,400, almost 2,000 students.
Yeah.
I went to Dr. Phillips.
That's a high school, though. One counselor per grade. One mental health counselor per grade.
My graduating class was like 700, though. No, my graduating class was like 5.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That's what I'm saying. So imagine, and I've talked about you with this
maybe
about my show, but even if you limit it, imagine you taking on 500 issues. I tell you this right now, I'm being overwhelmed with just the whole mail we receive and the people in my Snap and the people on my phone and my friends reaching out for advice. And imagine 500.
Well, what about group sessions?
people aren't as open in groups.
But it can start that way, and then whoever needs it, needs a single one, can ask for a single one.
I definitely feel like there needs to be some type of emphasis put on to mental health.
I have a mental health
kids.
class.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know, but now that it is becoming such an open topic, even with Charlemagne having his book coming out now, like there's going to be a lot of changes when it comes to us and how we perceive our mental health. So,
and talking about mental health, because I have you here and we do talk about hoe shit. You talk about hoe shit.
Damn. Damn.
She's very smart and eloquent about other things too.
Yes.
But there is a girl that I used to look on Instagram because she was a great fitness model, had an amazing body. I'm like, wow, I love watching her. Her ass shakes great, you know. And I liked her because she didn't have hips. And she's quite squared. And I'm quite squared myself. So I liked her because of that. And apparently that has taken a shift into something completely different.
I don't know when it changed, bro.
So her name on Instagram is Bundle of Brittany, but her name is Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner.
Oh, Brittany Renner. And she came out with a book. What's the name of the book?
Judge This Cover.
Judge This Cover. So she comes onto this book and spills some stories, and she's kind of kissing and telling of her own personal story of 7 men, celebrities. She doesn't say their names, but she says their stories. So the guys are Lil Uzi.
So Lil Uzi Vert, Colin Kaepernick, apparently possibly.
I think it was Kaepernick.
I think it's Kaepernick. Kaepernick? It might be Kaepernick.
I don't know.
Colin. Cap, whatever. There was a couple other guys. Oh my God. I think Ben Simmons was one that was mentioned. Drake was mentioned.
Wait, she was with Drake?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Trey Songz was mentioned. Apparently he wanted to have an orgy. I'm surprisingly one person who have never been with Trey Songz. And honestly, I had the opportunity to be with him, but I had pink eye and I wasn't going to go see him with pink eye. I ain't even going to lie to you, bitch. I was like, and this was Neighbors Know My Name, Trey, bitch.
Oh,
this
damn.
was when he was popping. And I was like, oh, I have a pink eye. No.
So basically, this girl, we talked about this, and I'll leave that because it's on one of your Patreon episodes, so you guys can go over to Whoreible Decisions, pay your $5. It's worth it. I have it, and I've had it from day one.
Thank you.
So we did an episode about it, and we talk about the kissing and telling aspect of it. But my thing is, there's a video up that actually Mandii has on her Twitter.
Yeah.
Full curl pumps, and I'm gonna retweet it. And
do you want me to play it?
Oh yeah. Well, it's more noises.
I know it's her, and y'all will have to see the video, but she's a little. This is.
And she's sitting in a car.
Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
She sucks her finger. Oh wait,
yeah. So basically
she's in a car.
Yeah, she is. Well, she makes a lot of her videos in the car. But for this particular one, she's like shoving her middle finger in her mouth. She's like pretty much telling everyone to fuck off, because everyone's been coming at her because she booked her own flight to see Colin.
And I have such an issue with her talking about Colin Kaepernick, because why now?
That makes sense. Yes.
He's doing so much positive out here. There's nothing really negative being talked about him. And if you bought your own flight, you bought your own flight. So what?
Right. I mean, I think it was just more so her just sharing her experiences, but still, I think we are past the age of the Superhead era. When she wrote her book, there was also another girl that was on Love and Hip Hop, Rocky Thunder. I think she wrote a book as well.
Don't you have a tell-all?
So mine isn't a tell-all. I wrote a book, but again, mine came out in 2013. This was prior to Instagram, even.
Right.
And when I wrote my book, it's 8 short stories from multiple women dealing with everything from college players to overseas players to NBA players to retired players. No names were said. And then the end is like a how to land these guys, fly out rules. It's more like a guide, and just, it's not a tell all because it's not my story. I'm not putting anyone on blast. For this particular person, she's already been seen with these guys. So that's why the internet was able to cipher through who she was talking about. And to me, it's just like, why?
I feel like she lost her damn mind.
Oh, no, but even seeing how she acted in that video, something is not right there. Something is not right with her.
Right.
Something I don't know.
I can say more power to her for writing her book. You can say whatever you want. Just like when I go on here and I put out whatever content I want.
Right.
I'm allowed to do that. And so is she.
And you're going to get responses. Not everyone's going to like what you do. Some people may support what you do and like it. Yeah. Like,
and we haven't read the book. So I don't know what
I've read excerpts. And I did read the reviews. The reviews weren't that great, but we have haters. Like, there may be people that leave us shitty reviews on our podcast.
Just because.
Right.
I have one that let me say I was a chicken clucking.
I don't know. I know everyone's like, and it's crazy because everyone's in my messages like, oh my God, I want you to respond about this. If I really had to go in on my only problem with this, it would be her buying her own flight to see a nigga.
Of course.
But that's of course, that's my issue. Like, but that's kind of like a whole kind of other topic.
Like, you're Brittany Renner. Why are you buying your own flight?
But you're any bitch. If you don't match the same money as the guy who wants to see you, if Colin wants to see you, him making you feel like you have to show your worth by buying your own flight ticket is bullshit. For any woman who makes, say, 45K, y'all heard me, that's mediocre as fuck. But
you said 35.
I said 40. Well, when I tweeted, I said, if a female makes 45K and you're fucking a guy who makes 1.1 million, nigga, who do you think is buying the flight? Hello.
What if he doesn't want to get used?
What?
What if he just doesn't want to get used?
That should, like, to me, then we don't need to talk. Because if you feel like I'm literally just trying to use you for your money, well, nigga, maybe I feel like you're just trying to use me for pussy. Maybe I just feel like you want to fuck.
Maybe.
Why do I have to sit here and put out on my own money when you're approaching?
Why does he have to put out of his own money?
Because he's a man. And not only that, you're making way more than me.
So if you were making 1.1 million
and I'm sitting here talking to a nigga who make 40,000, I would probably buy the flight.
Okay. So it's not just because he's a man, it's because
no,
he
it's
more money.
Also the money thing. Like, bro, this is Colin Kaepernick, and when y'all were fucking during this time, he was on the 49ers. Like, he was
making good money.
He was a fucking NFL player. Like, and you're an Instagram model / fitness person, but I doubt you're making even remotely close to the amount of money he's making. So why would you spend your money?
Somebody commented under yours and it says that she, I guess, tweeted at one point in time, having sex for money doesn't make you smarter than a person who has sex for pleasure. Having sex for money is called prostitution, sis.
Yeah, so then there's that. Because then I feel like that's also a mindset that men put into our heads. That we can't ask or accept anything from them because then we're a prostitute. And them calling a prostitute just degrades us and demeans us and makes us worth less than what we feel like we are of ourselves. Like, no. There's also a difference between fucking for pleasure and fucking for money, of course. Of course. But when you're dealing with a guy with a certain amount of money, like, even if you want to see him, you still shouldn't have to pay. I'm sorry. That's my take on it, bro.
And my take on her is that she's getting so much exposure off the book. Why not make it something positive, something that's going to help her career? What she's doing right now with that video is not helping her career.
Not only the video, drugs. The book is going to scare a lot of guys from dealing with her because now they're going to feel like, well, damn, this isn't even going to be private. Any nigga who fucks with her at this point is a cornball and who just wants to be associated with her because she's an Instagram model. But you have to also realize that too. Celebrities, athletes, rappers, they're all still regular fucking niggas. So
right.
At the end of the day, a lot of these motherfuckers are cornballs and wouldn't bag girls if it wasn't for their blue check mark or the jerseys they wear for their job.
There are a lot of corny ones.
They're corny as the fuck and they're not all good looking.
The only thing they can say is sit there in front of me and be like, I play for this team and that's it.
That's it. And so you have to realize too, like, there's still a lot of guys that are corny and may not be thrown off because now maybe they want to be associated with her because she is a pretty girl.
She's beautiful.
She is. So there's still guys that are still going to want to be associated. Well, I fuck Bundle of Brittany, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. That's a whole other thing. I think we kind of talked about that too. Like, even, is she doing this to brag that she fucked these guys? Is she genuinely doing it because she learned something from it? Is she doing it?
Yeah, like, what did she learn?
She made it seem like she's doing this to help all the other younger girls out there. And I feel like that's bullshit.
Help what about
I feel like that's what I'm saying.
For them to not buy their own flights? If they want to buy their own flight, let them buy their own flight.
That's why I feel like it's bullshit. Like, I don't know. to me, I think it was maybe a money and attention thing to do the book.
Yeah, like I just want to know, like what you said. What was the intention of the book? Was it just? Was it?
No, she claims it was to help people.
Okay, well,
That's literally what she said. She claims it's to help people.
I guess. Well, moving on from Brittany Renner, because she didn't help nobody over here.
No, she ain't help me.
No,
because sis, I ain't booking my own goddamn flight.
Oh,
I ain't even getting on a one way for niggas. Unless it's someone that I genuinely like have been fucking with for a very long time, I wouldn't even take a one way from a guy.
I'm trying to think if I've ever bought a flight to go see anyone. Hell, I've been in a relationship my whole damn life.
Girl, when I book my own flight out on vacation, my whole pussy lock up. I be mad. I be like, oh no, sir, you didn't fly me here, so therefore you can't get this pussy. So even when I fly myself on vacation, I feel like my whole box is locked up because I be like, wait, I flew myself here. No one gets pussy because I flew myself here.
Oh, I can't.
Like I'm one of those. Yeah, I'm bad.
No, you're in a whole nother level. But I don't think there's anything wrong. If you want to fly yourself out, fly yourself out. You know, if you feel more comfortable that way.
Not to no millionaire, sis.
If you want to fly yourself out, fly your goddamn self out. It doesn't matter. If you feel comfortable asking the man for money and he says yes, go for it. But some people just don't feel comfortable with it.
Right.
Until a little bit later. So it is what it is. The next topic that we're going to talk about that's going on right now, and it's because everyone here, most of us are turning 30. We're in our 30s, and I've gotten a lot of questions before of what do you do when you become single? You're now getting divorced in your 30s. You're getting out of a relationship, or you're still single in your 30s. It's like, are you doomed because you're older, quote unquote, and don't have a man on a white picket fence with your kids? Well, Cassie and Diddy have broken up. Cassie,
I can't believe it.
I cannot. I was shocked. I'm like, wow, I thought they were going to be together forever.
Forever.
Diddy is about 127 years old, and Cassie is 32. Is it over for her? Did she lose her prime years with Diddy?
It's crazy because that's the response that I've been seeing. So Cassie is only 32 years old.
Will you stop messing with your lashes?
No, I can't. I know they're bothering me.
I feel like plucking them with like the tweezers.
You can't pluck my lashes. Chill. It's literally like the inside corner.
I know which one it is. I can see it. I see it going in.
Oh, I think did I just pull it out? No. It's literally just my corner lash. Anyways, so Cassie is 32 years old, which, bitch, to believe that she's only 4 years older than me, she don't live motherfucking life.
She has lived.
That bitch has lived. So honestly, you talk about this all the time. Not being exactly where you want to be after 30, not having reached your final goals. Right. I'm not going to lie. If I could go back and have my 20s the way that Cassie lived her fucking 20s,
I'll take it.
My life is made. Bitch, what the fuck do you mean? Like private jets, every island possible, world hopping, been on tour.
Right.
I'm friends with the biggest celebs. Like I'm with one of the most wealthiest black men in the world. Like I lived and now, okay, I lived and now I can, live for myself a little bit.
So I see it in a different way. I would have loved it because of the knowledge I would have gained from a man like Diddy. I feel
like maybe she has, to me, her being with him for that long and having not had a business, I feel like she didn't gain. I don't think she looked at it the way you would have looked at it.
That's the way I would have done it.
I would have
tried to soak up that man's brain.
There's no way Cassie doesn't have a makeup line, a clothing line, something to.
You're right.
Women think she's beautiful, a hairline. She's done nothing the entire time. She tried to come out with another single. She's modeled, yes, but she hasn't become the entrepreneur that Diddy is. And to me, if I'm under a man like that and I have disposable money at my fingertips to really do anything and to know that you get the love from women, guys love you. Why does Cassie not have a business?
Do you think maybe that's what turned him off from her?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Because as you get older, and as I'm getting older, I want someone with me that has the same mindset of growth and business, and that because that's where my mind is going.
Same.
So if I have someone next to me who doesn't have that mindset, it's a turnoff for me.
Same. Sis.
So is he now in his late 40s?
Oh, easy. For
late 40s. He has this girl now who's getting older. He's not getting any younger, and he's like, "What am I supposed to do with this girl? My dick not working the same."
But not only that, he has what's his show called? The Four. Bitch, a new fucking flavor of Ciroc just dropped. Like, he has so much going on. He just did the Bad Boys reunion not too long ago that went on tour. Like, he's constantly reinventing himself and doing new businesses.
And what is she just following him around?
And she's pretty. She's arm candy.
Yeah,
I would have expected
old.
more from her if you've been with Diddy well over 10 years.
So my brother, actually, when we were growing up, he always wanted a woman to just cook and clean and be a baby mama. And I always told him, that's going to get old real fast.
It does.
You know why it gets old? Because your friends are going to have wives that are professionals. And when you go out and you're in a room with men that they're all doing something, they're all businessmen or they're doctors or attorneys, and their wives come in and they're teachers and they're business owners and they're doing all this. And here comes your wife as just a housewife that just deals. She just
I don't
cooks
feel
and
like
cleans.
that's what it is.
No, I'm saying that when you grow older,
Yeah, but to
if
me,
they're not with you,
but
they're
to
not
me,
with you in
it's
the same
not
thing.
comparing. It wouldn't even be comparing what his wife does compared to what other wives do. If he wants a,
Oh, you talking about
if he wants a stay-at-home mom, then who cooks and cleans,
well,
cool.
For Diddy, it wouldn't make a difference. For a regular person, though,
Yeah, but I think that comes from, like, me. If I'm with a guy, and maybe sometimes I do, I just think I just want a guy who's available to cuddle with me. I just want a guy who's going to be there when I get off work, to be there and maybe have dinner cooked. Or you know what?
you want to stay at home husband?
Maybe not a stay-at-home husband, but I do have those thoughts sometimes. But because I grind so hard, because I try to elevate my career, because I do so much on my own, sometimes you just look at the next person like, you don't match my drive.
Right.
And it becomes a turnoff. You're really okay with not doing anything with your life? You're really okay with just being by my side? And sometimes when someone's passionate and when someone's determined and when someone wants to be successful and when someone wants to taste so much of just, whether it's success, whether it's new jobs, whether it's new ventures, and then their partner is just like, okay, and doesn't really have that same drive, it becomes a turnoff.
It's a big turnoff. I can't see someone like that. I need someone as if I'm evolving, you need to evolve yourself.
You need to evolve yourself as well. And I feel like, I will say for me, Cassie is beautiful, but she's been Cassie.
Or maybe she's just been under his shadow and hasn't been able to shine. So now when she leaves this shadow, she'll
You're
shine.
Cassie. We all knew you for being with Diddy, but there's no reason why she couldn't have done the whole Kim Kanye approach. Or the Jay-Z, Beyonce, they're the dynamic duo.
They
where
were together for a long time.
Right?
She had plenty of time.
She had plenty of time,
it.
but that's what I'm saying. You were the vixen during Vixens. You're still an IG model during IG model era. You evolved through the eras, but everyone's still really. You have a large following. You're not telling me you couldn't have turned that into a makeup line, a jewelry line, a clothing line. And now with all these women, entrepreneurs, there's so much Cassie I feel like could have done.
She's just, when I think of Cassie, I don't
You're
even
on her
know
page now?
Yeah, at 5.9 million followers. Do you know what she sounds like when she talks?
It's me and you.
No.
Yeah.
Outside of singing the one song.
I've been waiting. Think I'm gonna make a move. Make a move now.
Everybody just
Baby,
turned
tell
off.
me how you like it. Tell me how you like
My
it.
downloads just shut down because nobody else is gonna listen.
But no, that's it. I don't even think I've really heard her talk.
Yes.
But
Does she talk?
that was how Amber was when she was with Kanye. No one knew what the fuck Amber sounded like. Now we're like, bitch, shut up. But
that's what I'm saying. Now that she's away from such a magnitude of a man, he's huge. She's leaving from under his shadow. Hopefully now she can come into her own and become her own person like Amber was after Kanye. She did it in her own way, and it is what it is. So maybe Cassie won't go the slut walk route.
right.
But I think, and I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, that she maybe has something in mind and she'll do it now that she's
But
not
I
with
wonder
him.
if people will support her after Diddy.
She's going to have to make...
She has to connect herself with someone else, I feel like.
No, I think she just needs to connect herself to the people. Make herself relatable.
Which is a problem, I feel like, if we look at Destiny's Child with Kelly Rowland. Everyone, beautiful. I feel like Kelly Rowland isn't relatable.
I don't know anything about her.
Right. She's very private. Like, I feel like Cassie was.
Yeah.
Cassie's still very private. We don't know if she has a personality. We just know she's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's it.
So maybe she'll come out of her shell a little bit and she'll find a good management to use those followers into a following
and
monetize
some
off
money
yes.
for fucking sure.
I'm sure Diddy set her right. She's not like,
oh no, oh she's good. She's good. I'm sure, but nothing is better. But it also, I will say, you and I are women that go out and get our own. There are women who are out there who want to be just that writer for a guy. I know.
Don't understand.
But there is.
And that's good because there's some men that just want that.
Yeah.
And
there's someone for everybody.
Yes. But I cannot understand the
I
mentality.
don't understand it either.
Like, I want my own. I don't want you to tell me when I can go shopping. I don't want you to tell me.
I don't want to wait on an allowance.
An allowance? I had to wait that from my daddy.
Bitch.
And even then, I would go inside hustle and have him buy me candy so I can sell it on the street so I would have my own cash.
Yeah.
You know? I just want my own. And that doesn't mean that I can't find someone who has their own as well and we have our own because of it. But I need my own.
It's going to be really interesting to see, like, if she attaches herself to another celebrity, if she does come out and become a mogul. Like, shit, I feel like Lala Anthony,
she broke out. She's doing it all.
She's doing so much of her own, and that's wonderful. Even after being with Carmelo Anthony.
She was in TRL. She was on her own things. But she is just evolving as an actress.
She's wonderful. She's a businesswoman. Yes. And so I'm very curious to see.
She's Lala Anthony, but no one says Carmelo Anthony's wife.
No, she's her own. She's Lala.
Yes.
So I wonder if Cassie becomes that person.
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
She's too pretty. I like her. I like what she looks like, I should say.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too, bitch.
Well, now that Cassie's single and she's 32, you're in your 30s, is it okay to date a younger man?
Oh, bitch, yes, transition.
Yeah, did you see that? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh. So, I'm not going to lie. Like, so if a Cassie got with, like, a Ben Simmons.
How old are they?
Ben Simmons is, I don't know, the one that was just dating Kendall Jenner.
I don't know.
I think he's 22.
I know who he is, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's like 22. So, like, I think that would be cute. It would have to be a younger guy with money.
Okay,
of course.
Disclaimer. Mandii loves young men. Borderline pedophile.
You can't say this, bro.
At 18 plus a day. That is so she might be a little biased on this conversation.
I'm going to be very biased on this conversation. Just because specifically most of my friends, when we get to the age conversation, their immediate like responses are, well, he's young, he probably ain't got money, or he's young, he doesn't want a relationship, or he's young, he just want to fuck.
It's true.
But here's the funny thing. Wait, but here's the crazy thing.
What?
They all fuck with older niggas that don't have money, that just want to fuck, that don't want to be in a relationship.
Okay.
And then when you're dealing with older guys, you're dealing with guys that come with also more baggage. You come with dogs that don't want to learn new tricks. You come with guys that come with baby mamas, baby dramas, ex-wives, long-term relationship exes that are still in the picture. You have guys that have this baggage with them. Younger guys don't come with that baggage.
No, they just bring you headaches.
Old niggas bring you headaches.
Okay, so
bitch, you and your nigga be arguing.
Oh my God, he left here on his birthday with a headache.
Bitch, you got you right. So to attach that to an age to me is bullshit.
No, but you're right, because my take on it is date whoever you want to date.
For sure.
And if you're in your 30s and you want to date a younger man, example, Kourtney Kardashian or her young boo.
And we also brought this up because Keisha Cole, who is 37 years old, is dating someone who is 23.
Wow.
And that's quite the difference.
Here's where this bothers me a little bit.
I'm listening.
What do you really have in common?
So I could ask that too. I'm childish as fuck. So, bitch, you know I'm childish and I'm annoying, and I like to watch sci-fi, and I watch Marvel, and I watch all the comic book shits. And
I like the Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
I don't like the other sci-fi stuff.
But honestly, this is my thing. When you get to be an adult, say 21 plus. Let's start at 21 because I do like 21.
Okay, but the 21s you like have millions.
Right. So this is
it's a little different.
Right. Which is why I'm saying age is not into it. Like, you can't look at the age, because the young guys that I talk to, bitch, pay for everything when we go out, their own house.
Okay, that doesn't mean you have something in common.
No, but
because they're still there playing video games with
the
millions.
But they're not. That's the thing. Bitch, Ocho Cinco be playing FIFA every goddamn day on Twitter. And that nigga in his 40s. So you can't, or almost 40. So you can't even sit here and attach an age to video games. You can't. Like, and I think we do this as women. We like, oh my God, he's childish. I have the same conversations with a young guy as I would an older one. The difference is too, I feel like older men are a lot more condescending. They feel like they've been through more, like, and they don't know, to younger women because they like to play the daddy role a little bit more. As far as when you're talking,
I'm not talking about older. I'm talking about someone your age.
No,
so,
but to
dating
me,
someone your age versus someone 17 years younger than you.
Okay, so 17 years, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you become an adult, when you talk about, well, what do we have in common? Well, we may watch the same shows. That's something we have in common. We may both like to travel. Now we have something in common. We might both be from the same neighborhood. That's something in common. Like, there's a lot of in common. Like, you and I have an age difference. Like, me and a lot of my friends.
It's only 3 years, bitch.
Okay, yeah.
I need you to
I've been
realize
looking at you like you old
that
as
you
fuck.
come on this podcast and you're like, you want to shout out that you're not 30 yet. I'm not in my 30s, but you are right there.
Oh, I am. But that's what I'm saying. I'm friends with a lot of people who we grew up, like, my friends are 35 and 37. To me, that's almost a decade difference if you really think about it.
And that is a big difference.
And we have a ton in common. So whether it's our shows, our interests, it could be the shows we watch, the interests we like,
life
the restaurants,
though.
Right. You'd be surprised. A lot of young people are experiencing life a lot earlier now. Social media is introducing that to them.
You know what? You're right.
So you're not meeting people who are shallow and or sheltered and haven't done the things like. And now
they're seeing it all.
They're seeing a lot more. So we can talk about what's on the blogs. We can talk about going to Miami. Especially Black people, we're traveling more than ever now. So even the experiences of going abroad, going to islands. I
just got back from island.
outside of maybe marriage, children, the whole what do we have in common?
Yeah. Maybe
mortgage, bitch. I don't even have that. We genuinely go through the same thing, and I just graduated college. So me talking to someone who's 20, bitch, we talking about
this is how she excuses.
Bitch, we talking about finals at the same time, bitch. I mean, I went to college late, but bitch, we got the same shit in common.
Oh, pedophile ass.
Fuck you, but no, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so when we talk about, let's bring up another celebrity, China and her little 5-year-old boy. How old is she? 12.
She was in a strip club. What does she have, or what experiences make her more older and more mature than the man she's dealing with? She was in the club.
He looked like a little boy.
She was in the club and was fucking with Tiger. She likes rappers. They probably have a whole lot in common because her exes are just like these niggas. She dated rappers. So see, even when you look at that, like
the thought of it is,
these
guys, like a baby.
But these guys, studio time. She's probably used to being in the studio, living in LA. Probably they like the same places. They like to hang out at the same shit. Maybe they like to go out a lot. She was in the club. Maybe she just likes a good time, and maybe he could show her that. The same with Amber Rose dating 21 Savage. If we really go into things, and then also when you look into it, from an older woman dating down, yes, maybe you can't learn much from him, but there's also a gratification in being the person to show someone things for the first time.
Yeah.
So if I'm with someone and I know
that's the sugar mama role,
but it's because it doesn't even have to be monetary. But
No, I'm not saying it's the older woman.
But that excites.
First off,
the younger guys love being with older women because they feel like, ooh, I'm a man. I done bagged the older.
Do they consider?
Oh, they do consider me older woman, and they feel like they can learn from me and all. Oh, they love it. They're like, ooh, I like older women. I'm the older woman. Bitch.
Oh my god, yeah.
But not only that, like. Maybe even saying something so simple as we go out to dinner and I get you to try sushi for the first time because you really thought raw fish was nasty. Or me taking you out, but you can do that even with a 35-year-old. But that's what I'm saying.
I do it with a 39-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. So there's the same things that you can experience with an older guy. Really, as long as you take out the monetary faction of it, right. Which bitch, old niggas be broke too.
As fuck.
So where is the difference? There's not. Once we're adults, we're all dealing with bills. We're dealing with exes. We're dealing with everything. We're adults now. Yeah. It's not like, oh my God, I'm in high school, you're in middle school. And then, of course, the age limit as far as the pedophilia and all that shit is concerned. Once you're an adult, there's really more things in common than you think.
When I see them, I'm like, I love it. I love to see these older women dating these younger men and looking happy.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like it ever lasts because it comes to a point where you want someone your same age.
Well, I don't. So, bitch, I'll keep fucking these little young.
No, I didn't say fucking. That's what I said.
Yeah,
I think it's great that they're hanging out with them, they're fucking them, and they're having a good time, and they're exploring and traveling.
You don't see it lasting.
But it doesn't last because it comes to a point where you need someone in your same space, and they're not in the same space.
That makes sense.
They have things that they have to experience still, and now you want to settle down, and they're not ready for it.
Which was my problem, though, I feel like with dating older men as well. When you're dating,
they want to settle down, and you don't.
It's the settling down, but it's also the children conversation.
Right.
And so I think that that's also another reason why I do like younger guys, because you're not dealt with those pressures of we're adulting and we got to do adult shit.
So you're going to keep dating these younger guys, and let's say at 35 you meet a 25-year-old, and now you really like him, you're in love, you want to be with him forever. He has no kids. Now he wants a kid. It's not going to last.
Why?
Because you have to give him a kid.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But those conversations will fluctuate. At 35, I may want a kid by then. So that's all going to change.
But depending on age.
As of right now, I don't want a child.
You don't want kids.
So right now, I have also come to the conclusion that if I do want to get with a guy, right now, knowing that I don't have kids, this is also something that I say up front because I don't want to waste anyone's time. But I'm to the point now where I've realized if I'm going to date an older guy, I just have to kind of be okay with the fact that he may already have kids. And if I'm going to talk to a younger guy, it may work better if that younger guy already has a kid as well.
Try to make it where the kids are like 10.
Yeah, but if I'm talking to a 23-year-old bitch, his kid can't be 10.
You don't want to date a guy with a baby.
I know. Well, that's another thing. Dating guys with newborns, that's a
whole
nother topic.
You don't want that.
That's a whole nother topic.
You don't
a whole nother topic. We don't want that. No, we're not going to dive into that.
But
I'm going to have to write that down because that's a whole nother topic for sure.
We need to start dating guys with children at least 5 years old.
Okay.
I think 5 years old is good.
Okay. Because that's enough time to hopefully you're done fucking with the baby mama.
Yeah. I mean,
like for real.
Hopefully she's moved on.
Right.
And if you're dealing with a guy with a baby mama, it'd be great if she moved on. I wish mine would move on.
Just move on. He's not coming back. Just move on.
He will never come back. Like we're not doing that. So, anyways, let's go into our next segment, which is unsolicited advice. We give advice to people who didn't really ask for it, but they listen to us anyway. The first one is, hey, I've started seeing this guy and we're really hitting it off. We haven't had sex yet, and I'm enjoying just being in his company. I want to have sex with him, but I've had sex with a friend of his, which he doesn't know about. Do I tell him that I've had sex with his friend or just leave it in the past and hope he doesn't find out?
So I've done this.
Have you?
With teammates, same shit.
So which one did you tell? Did you keep it quiet?
I think that she should tell. And I think that she should tell only because if word gets back to him from an outside source and you didn't say it, it makes you look worse.
Honesty is the best policy.
I agree. At the end of the day, not only that, I want someone who likes me for me.
Right.
So if you having had slept with his friend is going to make him not like you anymore, then girl, you're wasting your time anyways. It's never going to work. Mm-hmm. So there's no need to lie about it. Let him know up front, listen, I've been really digging you. I didn't think I was going to like you as much as I do.
Right.
This is something that definitely sprung up on me. But before we get any further, before we have sex, before we take this any further, I just want to let you know, I fucked Tyrone.
Right. I feel like if she keeps it quiet and things go on and you really start falling in love, this is the person you want to be with, then it comes out. What are you gonna do then?
Then it makes you look worse. And
he's never gonna trust you.
It makes you look like a liar. Right. Yes. I was gonna say that trust factor there. Now he feels like, well, damn, you ain't tell me this. What else you ain't tell me?
So we just had a conversation about some people that we know.
Yes.
And it was, this person might have messed with my man now, and she's upset because the girl was in her face and they've interacted, and they're all friends, like the new couple and the one on the outside that had slept at one point with the boyfriend.
Yes.
So I had this position because when I started dating my boyfriend, I told him from the get-go, I want to know if you've ever messed with anyone that I know. And
which that question comes up a lot, actually. And I feel like that question comes out when a guy is maybe kind of interested or pursuing you, or a girl is pursuing a guy. don't make me look stupid.
Yes.
Out here.
And I'm like, I just want to know.
Yeah.
If before, and it's like, and if you did, we all have a past. I can't say anything about it, but I don't want to walk into a room or be interacting with someone where he kikiing in somebody's face. So I used to work with a girl, and he at downtown, and he had done things with her a couple of times, and her and I were cool, and we're still cool.
Okay.
We've never actually spoken about it. He told me that it happened. I know from another person that she had told. She's never actually, her and I have never actually spoke about it. But she knows that I know. And we're good. If she's been around us and we've gone out and it's been very respectful, nothing happens there. And he's very aware of the fact that let me not be too friendly with this person because of the past. And I love it, and I'm perfectly fine. Her and I will still talk. Like, we'll still hang out if she comes around, you know? And she'll text me every once in a while. So the fact that he was honest about it. So yesterday I was like, listen, is there anybody that if we walk into a room, will you tell me?
Right.
If we go to a family reunion of yours or a class thing, or we're in a restaurant, we walk into a house party and there's a girl in there that you fucked at a certain point in time, you have to kind of tell me.
Yeah. And
because I'm friendly as fuck, and I want to be friends with everybody.
I be friends with everybody. And that's the thing, too. You just don't want to feel like you've been looking stupid. Like, why am I out here befriending a bitch that knows what the fuck your dick look and taste like?
Right.
Because now I look stupid. Or not only that, I don't mind being friends with someone that you fucked in the past, but giving me the opportunity to make that decision if this is who I want to befriend.
Let me choose that.
And
I want to know if she's being phony or not.
Right.
I don't want her to be saying little slick things and then everybody else is laughing and I'm not in on the inside joke.
I'm not in on the inside joke, knowing that you've had relations with this girl. So, I mean, to me, as women, I know it probably makes us feel like, oh my God, now he's probably going to think I'm a hoe. Some guys are okay with it. Some guys aren't. But if it's someone that you like and someone that you genuinely feel like you're going to move forward with, you should go ahead and let everything out the bag in the beginning.
Now.
Because if you start really fucking with this nigga and he bring you around, the dude you fuck gonna bring it up. You know I fucked her, right? And that's gonna make your nigga look stupid. And niggas hate looking, hate looking stupid. So to save your relationship, to save your time, to save his time, see if that's something that would be a deal breaker for him.
Yeah. So let's go into our next one. Basically, girl, just go and tell the truth.
Pretty much.
And don't lie about nothing.
Pretty much.
If you feel like you have to lie from the beginning now, you're doomed because you're going to have to make up 20 more lies later on.
Facts.
The next one is, last week, my best friend got into a really bad car accident. He's supposed to be my best man for my wedding in 2 weeks. I wanted to call the wedding off because it's unlikely he'll be able to attend as he was badly injured. I need him to be there. He's like a brother to me. My fiance, on the other hand, is against us pushing the date for the wedding. We spent a lot of money on planning our wedding for over a year, but I'm not trying to call it off. I just want my boy there. We keep arguing about it, and I think she's being unreasonable. I don't know what to do. That is tough. I didn't have a wedding. And I know family is really important.
Really important. Right.
So you can tell from him when he said he's like a brother, it just seems to him it's more than a friend. It's like, my family can't be there. My family is hurting. I need him there.
That's a tough one, though, because, yes, this is your friend, but there's a lot of other people involved.
His wedding is in 2 weeks.
There's a lot of people involved.
I feel like...
No, there's no way you could do that to your wife.
Right. So I feel like in this day and age... You can Skype him from there.
Yes.
He could be waiting at the altar with you. I think I've seen some videos about that.
He could still be involved in some way. Him being physically there, like, unfortunately, he did get into a car accident. Like, that was unfortunate. You can't stop that. It was an unfortunate event. But there's a lot of people. People have probably already bought tickets.
Yes.
Flight tickets, hotels. Your wife is expecting this to go on.
The venue's paid for, the family is paid for.
There's just way too many factors involved to even consider not having your wedding because he can't be there.
Yeah, put him on Skype.
Agreed.
Or FaceTime, or have something there of his to remind you of him. Do whatever you have to do after the wedding. Like, go there in your clothes if he's in town. You guys go over before the reception and go say hi to him. Just something you can do to get him involved without him being there that day.
Hell yeah.
But don't do that to your wife. It's just, you're making it seem like he's more important to you
than your wife, than your whole family, than everyone else involved. Like, nigga, is he sucking your dick, bitch? Then I would question that. I would question that. I don't give a fuck. Wait, what do you mean you want to cancel our wedding because this nigga can't be here? Oh, is that who you want to marry? Is that what's going on? Yeah, no, I would have problems with that.
I would think, yeah, I was fucking.
Yeah, for sure. Fucking
I
sure.
wouldn't think that. That would be Mandii.
I would.
So that is our unsolicited advice. And
Booyah.
I'm trying to think here. Do I have a shit talk? And I don't know. I feel like everything's been so good for the past couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm sure. Especially after the live show.
After the live show, after being on the radio, after not having to go to work tomorrow morning because I don't have a job. You know, it's just great.
Let me see. Do I have a shit talk?
Do you have anything to say to
So
anybody?
I do.
Give it to me.
Real quick, I'm going to let this off my chest real quick because it's something that's been happening a lot with, of course, I'm single, so I'm casually dating. And there's a lot of people who are still in the picture from the past. And I just have an issue with niggas not being considerate of time. Time is a big ass fucking thing to me. Yes, ma'am. And so I don't understand when guys or when I'm trying to make plans with someone and I get I'll let you know. Or, you know, I'll keep you posted. Like when I'm a busy woman like I am, I need plans. I need to know if I'm seeing you or if I'm not. Because if not, there's other things that I can do with my time. And so people genuinely not valuing my time is a problem. Not only that, I do have a real ass job now. And niggas hitting me up talking about, can you come to Oklahoma City on Tuesday? Can you make it to DC on a Wednesday? I work during the week. So not even just being inconsiderate of my job and that I have things to do. Like I'm free on the weekends. I don't know what to tell you. Like, no, I'm not hopping on flights. Yes.
Because the fight that you talked about at the live show that you thought me and my boyfriend were going to be together anymore.
Yes. I was scared, bitch.
So here's the thing. And I already know this about him. And I know that when it comes to time, I cannot depend on him because he is slow with everything that he does. And I have accepted this.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I shouldn't have given him the task that I gave him.
Right.
And that might have been my fault.
Okay.
So I could have maybe had somebody else or done it myself, had it picked it up and had him waiting there. Like already just be there and help me set up. Instead of having him run around because I already know that he takes a long time. What takes me 20 minutes takes him an hour.
Right.
He drives slow. He's just on his phone. I really don't know what the fuck he does.
Right.
But he's slow. So I was so upset and it was a really important day for me. And when I'm coming at him the way that I'm coming at him and it's aggressive, he shuts down.
See, right. And a lot of guys do shut down. Like, I've come and been like, well, fine, have a fucking good life because, I go off. Like,
right,
have a good life.
I can't really say that because I'm in a
You
whole
can't.
relationship.
You're in a relationship. But the fact that I feel like men just are not considerate when a woman actually has shit going on. Yes. I think they're so used to women dropping whatever they're doing to be with them.
Some women, they don't know how to deal with women like us. We got shit going on and we get it done.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like there's as many women, or maybe they just don't deal with women like us to where, listen, I have a whole lot going on. I have my own business. I have my podcast. I have, things that I'm planning with friends. I have my job. I have things that I have to do after work. There's a whole schedule and itinerary that I have going on. And so if I'm genuinely trying to make time for you, you hitting me back with I'll let you know. Oh no, don't even worry about it because now you're not making me a priority. And if I'm not going to sit here and scrunch in time for somebody that's not making me a priority to them, like we need to either set a date or that's it. So I have that problem. That's literally been my issue for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Like, oh my God, get the fuck off my phone then. Get the fuck off my block. I was waiting on a flight for a week.
She won't block though.
Who?
24/7.
Oh no, but we
available.
Have no issues. We have no issues.
Look, we're so in love.
I'm not, bro. Chill.
We have no issues.
I'm not. We don't.
He answers me. It's great. We do everything.
No,
together.
I hit him with the what you doing. Like that's the thing. We don't date. We don't go on dates. We don't do that. Like,
have you ever been on a date with this guy?
Him? I went to the studio with him. That's not a date though.
That is not a date. That was like take your bitch to work day.
No, that was so this is like when we first started fucking. This was when we first met each other and got introduced. I was just kind of trying to play hard to get a little bit. And I had class.
You were trying to play.
Well, yeah, but I had class and I was bartending at the time. And so every time he wanted to see me, I was just like, no. I was like, you think you could just come over at 12 in the afternoon? Then it would be after the club. I was like, you think you could just come over after the club? Then he'd hit me when he left the studio. I'd be like, you think you could just hit me at 4 a.m. in the morning? No time was ever good for him. Then he'd be like, fine, I'll come over at 10. I know what 10 is. That's booty call hours. You're not allowed after 10. You have to come at 8.
And he dealt with this
Oh,
bullshit?
bitch, he dealt with this for like fucking 3 months, bitch. I would not let.
Because you guys are in love.
No. So finally he hit me up, and it's like New Year's Eve, and I'm chilling, or maybe the day before New Year's Eve. I ain't got shit going on. And he's like, listen, I'm done with this bullshit. I want to see you. And he's like, but I got a verse to lay for this other nigga, but he paying me for it. So I'm going to come get you, and you're going to come with me to the studio. And he's like, my mom cooks, so I'm going to bring you a plate. And it was like black eyed peas, the New Year's meal. So he bought me a plate that his mama made, and was like,
such a relationship
chill.
story.
No, it's not. And so I put the plate in the fridge, and he was like, you got to come with me to the studio because I don't know how late I'm going to be here, but I know you're not going to let me come after. So then I went with him to the studio, sat in the studio while he like dropped the verse with the nigga.
Ate mama's food.
And then, and then I ate his mom food. Then he came back to my house, and we fucked like 4 nights the first night. And then from there, then we kept fucking.
This is the exclusive for when we drop the
Yeah, I
announcement
know.
that they're getting married.
No, bro, chill.
So this
We're
is
not.
the
We're not.
exclusive story
We're
of
not.
her love story.
Chill, bro. I'm
So,
not marrying
bro,
the nigga. Calm down. I
here's
love
the
the
thing.
dick. I don't love him.
When
Calm
this
down.
goes down and y'all get together,
No,
and y'all be
bitch.
dating.
No, we're not. We're not
Go
ever
to
gonna.
Shalom 30 podcast where you heard it first.
I hate you. We're not ever gonna date. But for a lot of you who like listen to me talk about 24/7, that was how we came about dating, and not dating, fucking.
See? Boom.
We don't date.
You heard her.
No.
You heard her. You slipped up
We
yourself,
don't
bitch.
date. We
you
don't
slipped
date.
up yourself. That's it. Bam. Cut the podcast. Bye. Nice to see you guys. Great having you, Mandii. I love you. Bye. Full court pumps and horrible decisions.
You're horrible. You're horrible.